above. If you walk out of here and you're stopped on the streets of Paterson and someone says, quick, what's Murphy stand for? What's his campaign stand for? How's he going to govern if he gets in there? These are the words I'd like you to remember. We stand for a stronger, fairer economy that works for every New Jersey family, period.
They're up for re-election. But the next gentleman is the person who helped come up with this idea and this concept. He is a gentleman who is not just a coach to many of us, a mentor, a leader in our community, but he truly inspired, I think, all folks, not just in Paterson, Passaic County, and the 35th Legislative District, but he inspires us all to be better and to want to be better. He is none other than our great assemblyman of the 35th Legislative District and the host of this event, our assemblyman Benjie.
Thank you, and I'm telling you, Senator Poe, the reality check comes in real quick when you're a father. The last 2 days, both my sons got sick, and I had to stop what I was doing, go get them and take them to the doctor. And the reality check is that, being a dad puts everything else in perspective. Yes. So as I'm running here now, my son's like, I don't feel well. So I'm getting him water, and I'm trying to get him right before we can go. He's actually one of my best football players also, so I'm trying to get him healthy. But I really want to thank everybody for coming out today. Like Chris said, from not only from Paterson, Passaic County to 35th District, but people from all over the state of New Jersey. And it is a really, really, really great situation because I have no hesitation or deliberation when it comes to Ambassador Phil Murphy. Yeah. I remember sitting with the chairman in one of our morning meetings in Hawthorne, and we were talking about some of the candidates, and he goes, well, what do you think? I said, I got a real good feeling about Phil Murphy, chairman. Right. And he goes, me too. And I said, oh, we're on the same page. So the things that we're passionate about, and particularly myself as an educator for 29 years in the city of Paterson, is education. And one of the main things, if we're going to revive the city of Paterson, we have to revive the Paterson Public Schools. Yeah. Do that, we have to make sure our women are taken care of. So we have to make sure those cuts in women health care, that they're restored and that our women are healthy, not only at birth, but when we talk about our children and early childhood education, we make sure that there's lead remediation everywhere in the state of New Jersey. Absolutely. We know that Phil Murphy will do it. And I tell you we have some great builders in this room. One builder we have is Bob Garachi. Bob Garachi is somebody who has a vision. And sometimes people don't understand people with vision. They have to understand that vision starts from early childhood education, throughout high school. Then we have those gap years, and he's been able to address gap years. We need to make sure that we continue to build up that Great Falls area because we know that is an economic engine for the city of Paterson. We want to make sure that we continue to address public safety. And I know our council president, along with our PBA, FMBA, and our state troopers who are here supporting us. That's right. Our great sheriff from Passaic County, Sheriff Currie. We have to address these areas that are meaningful to us. So as I know I wandered in this room, I have hopefully, if we're in the right direction, our next superintendent, Eileen Schaefer. Ambassador, this is a shameless plug, but she's one of the guys. She's one of the guys. And she can lead us in the right direction. She will not need a map to get around Paterson. All right? But at the end, we have one head coach. A lot of people call me coach, and I've won a couple of games here and there. But I have a coach that goes back to Little League football. His name is John Currie from Inca. We have a coach that is from public housing, CCB side. We have a coach that has led us to victory for many years. One One of my former players, Jamil Ahmad, who's now a great lawyer. Jamil, put your hand up there. That's what my coach that I follow in the Democratic Party, that I have no hesitation to follow. He not only leads Passaic County, but he leads the state of New Jersey, and he is a renowned Democratic leader in the United States. The head coach of tonight, John Currie.
Hello, everybody. Man, am I excited. First of all, I want to start, before I get into my speech and bring the ambassador up, I just want to introduce to you the head of the state PBA, the folks. When we do our job, we'll be guarding our next governor, Paterson. That's right. Well, I want to start by first of all thanking Assemblywoman Benjie, who I call Coach. Assemblyman. I don't know where I want to. And of course, Dr. Irvin and the entire host committee. You guys and ladies have done a fantastic job.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want you to see a little bit. We have built something special together here in Passaic County. And if you want me, we will continue to do that in the state of New Jersey. So ladies and gentlemen, we're here for a special reason. This is serious business. You have heard from the Assemblyman some of the many problems that we're dealing with. You know, as I pick up the paper just yesterday, I've been a little under the weather, and see that New Jersey has the highest debt in the United States of America, of all 50 states. That's what this man have left us. You know, and that's something, and that's the mess that he's going to have to clean up. Trust me, he has the ability to do it. It's going to take a little time. And of course, that's one reason why we have 11 downgrades. But we're here, not only that you dug deep, and that's important, his commercials, his field operation, the staff costs a lot of money. And on behalf of myself, for these guys, and Shabanda, this committee, I thank you guys. You've really outdone yourself. So, the coach and I and many others have decided. I believe it was on October 7th or 6th of last year, that he's the man that I felt that would lead the state of New Jersey. I got some of my chairman colleagues, about 14 of them when it was all done, for starters, to follow me, and we made an endorsement that we were going to stand behind this man to the very end. But here in Passaic County, we have a team that he needs on every level to be there with them. They're on row B. Passaic County is row B. You know, starting, of course, with our senator. Starting nextly with Assemblyman Benjie Wimberly and Assemblywoman Shabanda Summer. Then we go down to freeholders, Bruce, TJ, and Assad. And on our local level where we have candidates to our council candidates and mayors. So we got our work cut out for us for, what are we now?
47.
47 days. You know, just down the street, I just secured one of our 2 offices here in Paterson. You know, right on Market Street, right across from the Assembly People's office, that we would love to see you in there. We're going to have signs in there. We need people to make phone calls. We need people to knock on doors.
Yep.
We have our work to do.
Yes.
Right.
You know? See, and that really worries me about more than anything else. don't read what you hear about the polls. The polls that you're reading is bullshit. Our internal polls tells us that this is the close race.
All right, Chairman.
We know that Republicans come home. We're going to be in a dogfight come about October 25th to Election Day.
Yep.
And we here in Passaic County can start leading the charge to bring it out. Now I know you hear enough from me, but I am just so proud and honored. And I support a lot of governors, presidential candidates, United States senators, and so many others. But I have never been more proud because I've gotten to know this man now for some 3.5 years. We spent many times together. He has a kind heart. He has a giving heart. But he has the ability, and mainly because he grew up like you and I. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. How many of you that are old enough to remember that in a debate with Governor Ann Richards? Let me tell you, but he has earned his silver spoon, but he's shared it. And now we have the opportunity, because he owed no lobbyist anything, he owed no elected official anything, but to support him in his vote. The only people that he owes and will work for is you. So I want to introduce to you the man that I know will have your back.
Nellie Poe adds a lot in my life. Tonight she said, don't stand in front of the no smoking sign.
It's all out there.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I don't say this just because it sounds good. You and I know enough to know that it's a reality. I don't know where I'd be without you, not just in your Passaic capacity, but your statewide capacity. I'll bet you every single Democrat in this room, and we've got a few of them, would say the same thing. Chairman John Currie. And I'm a lot smarter thanks to one of your other co-hosts tonight, Dr. Chris Irving, who has become a dear friend and stands for And I believe that politics is a lot like sports, and another educational bridge as well. My favorite coach in this entire state, one of the most gifted, talented people I know, Assemblyman Benjie Wimberly. He knows the value of teamwork, and look at the team that he gets to run with Senator Poe, Assemblywoman Shavonda Sumter, as good a team as there is. I know enough to be dangerous because I'm around the state every day as there is on the field. So if that weren't enough, Assemblyman Tom Giblin is there. And by the way, lots of great representatives in this room from organized labor, and Tom wears many hats, and that is one of them. You got the freeholders have already been mentioned. I'm not going to acknowledge everybody because I'm not qualified to do that. But the three freeholder candidates are as good as it gets: TJ, Assad, and Birthday Bruce. So. Just a couple of quick things before we're going downstairs, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, sir.
A couple of quick things, given it's a school night. Number one, the point the chairman's already made, 47 days to go.
That's right.
That's not much time, right? The good news is we're in a good place. The bad news is I've been asked, you like the place you're in? I said, I like the place you're in. I also thought the Brits were going to stay in Europe and Hillary Clinton was going to get elected president. So look what happened there. So I cannot emphasize enough the intensity that we need over these next 47 days. I'm not sure Kim Guadagno is my biggest foe. I think it's complacency, frankly. Too many people reading the polls that the chairman talked about thinking, you know what, we can put our feet up, kick back, we got this one done. It couldn't be more wrong. 40% of the people in a recent poll have not made their mind up. 40. Now, we had a big lead, but if they go the other way, we ain't winning this election. And if that weren't enough, you all know the state's in crisis. You know what Chris Christie is going to leave us with. And by the way, Kim Guadagno has been at his side every step of the way. So we're not going to let that slip, believe me. But because of the state, it isn't just about me. It's about all of us. And it's in particular about bringing as many like-minded brothers and sisters across the goal line on November 7 as possible. Because we have work to do. We're all going to have to spend political capital. No one person, no matter how talented, can do this alone. So it's not just about winning by one vote, which I guarantee you, and you all know is a big difference than losing by one vote. But the extent to which we can really bring this over with a lot of momentum, we're going to bring a lot of folks across the goal line with us. And we'll be able to have as many hands on deck as possible to deal with the crisis that Christie and Guadagno will leave us with. If you walk, so thank you for all of the above. If you walk out of here and you're stopped on the streets of Paterson, and someone says, quick, what's Murphy stand for? What's his campaign stand for? How's he going to govern if he gets in there? These are the words I'd like you to remember. We stand for a stronger, fairer economy that works for every New Jersey family, period. Again, that's it. A stronger and fairer economy that works for every New Jersey, period. Every New Jersey family, period. And stronger means we got to grow it. That's more jobs. That's rebooting a couple of the economies that we used to dominate, the innovation economy, the infrastructure economy. I think you can make a credible argument that no county and perhaps no community would benefit more from the rebooting of those two economies than Passaic or Paterson.
That's right.
And fairness is a whole lot of things. That's minimum wage to $15. It's earned sick leave for all, not just for some. It's child dependent care tax credit. It's equal pay. But it's, by the way, criminal justice reform in a state with the widest white, non-white gap of persons incarcerated in America. It's breaking the back of the home foreclosure crisis. Among the other messes Christie Guadagno will leave us is that we lead the nation in foreclosed homes. It's hard to believe that, but we do. But you know what it's also about? It's about priorities. And I'll give you one example. They've backed the truck up. And this is not class warfare, but this is, what are your priorities, right? They've backed the truck up and they've given huge tax credits to large corporations to come here or to stay here. In some communities moving from in some cases moving from one community to another in the state. Over $8 billion in tax credits. Where did they get the money? They underfunded public education by $9 billion. $9 billion. So listen, while I want companies here employing us, and by the way, they've completely ignored small businesses. And Paterson is a community now of small businesses. Right. Frankly, most of Passaic County is a community. Yeah. Small businesses employ a lot more than big businesses, by the way. So I got nothing against big businesses, but are you going to take it out on our kids? Are you going to turn your back on public education and funding and giving educators the weapons they need to teach our kids and make sure every kid in the state, no matter what their circumstance, gets an outstanding public education? We're going to turn that back on its head. We will fund public education fully. We will. We'll invest in infrastructure. We'll take care of small businesses with as much care and feeding as they have with big businesses. And we will put at every step the middle class and urban communities at the head of the class. I frankly, Chris and I have talked about it, the chairman and I, many of you and I have talked about it. I'm sick of these takeovers. Okay, I've had it. In every single case, they're communities of color, which is particularly galling. And in no cases have they worked. And so we're going to work together and figure out how we can find the money to do right, as you said, Chris, earlier, and Benjie as well, do right by public education in this great, iconic community. And by the way, Paterson, and it's not just Paterson here tonight, but I want to pick on Paterson. It's on a short list of communities where you could say with great conviction, as it goes, so goes the state of New Jersey. That's right. You're going to hear me again downstairs. I'll leave you hanging with a little bit more. Thank you all so much for your support.
And so I'm going to ask our master of ceremony for today to come forward. He is none other than our freeholder candidate. He is a former school board member in the city of Paterson. He is a resident and a true son of the city of Paterson. Our master of ceremonies for the evening, the great freeholder TJ Best, ladies and gentlemen. possible had it not been for the vision of two very incredible men, both from the city of Paterson, both from the county of Passaic, who brought us here this evening to hear from our next governor in the state of New Jersey. I am so honored to bring this person by. We all call him our coach. We all know him. We all love him. He has helped bring all of our elected officials in the entire county of Passaic and also several elected officials in Bergen County. He has brought together our union representative from organized labor. Where's organized labor? If you're here from a union, organized labor, put your hands together. Our PBAs, our teachers union, our carpenters union, all of our unions who are here with us, our labor unions here with us this evening. He has a great vision to bring together all of these people to come here in this fine establishment at Hamilton and Ward Steakhouse, where our owner, Kat Valiotis, is here with us as well this evening, to bring us all together to hear from our next governor in the state of New Jersey. Please help me welcome the man who made all tonight possible, none other than our coach, our great Assemblyman Benjie Wimberly. Let's put our hands together for Assemblyman Benjie Wimberly.
Hey, P, I'm from school 13, so we had a different type of party over there. But we want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This is an outstanding reflection of not only the city of Paterson, Passaic County, and New Jersey. It shows the true richness and diversity and the brotherhood and sisterhood that we are. So it's very easy for me to sit here and take any credit, but I want to give full credit to our team who put this together. As you look around, you see Dr. Irvin, my campaign manager this year, Shin Castilla. Yeah! We also have Commissioner Cleese, we have Commissioner Martinez, Commissioner Rivera. So many outstanding people, and the people that you see listed on the host committee, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you from all over. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. But at this time, we want to move. Our next governor is on the move. So is our co-chair, John Currie, our chairman, John Currie here?
He's coming right
He's coming up. At this time, I'm going to bring up, but one more, can we give a big, big, big round of applause for the host committee? Can we give the host committee a big round of applause? Great job, great, great job. I also want to give the Murphy team a big round of applause. I see Dell Fisher's out here, some other guys working with Team Murphy. But where's Jamie Bland at? Jamie Bland? No, Jamie Bland's here, we're in good hands. All right, but at this time, I'm going to bring up our chairman, our coach, to introduce the next governor of the state of New Jersey, Chairman John Currie.
Are we excited and ready to go? We're ready to work. We're ready to get the vote out. We're ready to knock on doors. We're ready to tell our neighbors we got the right man at the right time to turn the state of New Jersey around. And we wanted to start right here in Paterson. Can I count on you? Can I count on you? Well, I can tell you, folks, I can tell you, respect to Assemblyman Benjie Wimberly, Dr. Irvin, Shavonda Sumter, Senator Poe, the rest of the detective. We have a man with a plan. And a man with a plan, get your attention back there. Can we get your attention back there, folks? Let's show respect to our guests. We have a man with a plan that will truly turn this state around. You know, we just have to do our job to get our people out to the polls on November 7th. We have offices opening up in Paterson. We need folks in the office making phone calls, knocking on doors, and getting out to vote on election day. But I want you to hear from a busy man. A man that will be there for you each and every day. A man that will fix education. A man that will fix the economy. A man that will fix women's health. A man that will look out for the average working man, woman, and child in the state of New Jersey. Let's hear a great round of
many respects, as Paterson goes, as Passaic County goes, so goes the state. Not just as a governing matter, but as a political matter. We have 47 days to go, and we need all hands on deck. We can't take anything for granted. My biggest fear is we put our feet up and we say, you know what, we got this baby won. We don't. 40% of the electorate have not made their mind up. 40%. If they break the wrong way, we could lose this thing. And you know what? No one person can fix this state. Governor Christie and Lieutenant Governor Guardano are going to leave it in a mess for us to figure this out. So not only do we need to win, and Sheila Oliver, let's hear for Sheila Oliver. Not only does Sheila and I have to win, but we can get a lot of folks up here behind me over the goal line as well. Right? So that's the entire General Assembly. That's the entire state Senate. That's 3 freeholders in this county. TJ, you heard from Bruce James, Assad Akhtar. You got a lot of local races. We're going to need all hands on deck fixing a state that's broken and busted. So we need, for all the above reasons, we need you to give it everything you've got over the next 47 days, and that means more than you know. I'm eternally grateful. Now listen, if you walk out of here and somebody stops you, they say, Ray, what does Phil Murphy stand for? What does his campaign stand for? What's he going to be like if he gets elected? This is your answer. He stands for a stronger and fairer economy for every New Jersey family, period. And we lead in so many respects. As the big urban communities go, so goes the state of New Jersey. And right near at the top of that list is Paterson, let there be no doubt. As the middle class goes, so goes the state of New Jersey. And Christie and Guardano have made choices. They've been cold-blooded in their choices. They chose to throw a lot of big tax incentives to large corporations. Where did they find the money? They underfunded public education by $9 billion. They turned their back on the middle class. They turned their back on organized labor. They canceled or didn't fund infrastructure projects. They didn't care about small businesses. They fell in love with big businesses. We have to undo all of that mess. And I will tell you something, with the right leadership and the right priorities, we will have a stronger and fairer economy that works for every New Jersey family. And if that weren't enough, and by the way, a strong economy means you're growing it, right? A fair economy means you stand for things like minimum wage at $15 an hour, which we'll have, earned sick leave for all, not just for some, equal pay for equal work, comprehensive criminal justice reform, making college more affordable again, right? All of the above. I also want to be the governor of the state, and with your help, that we used to be. A state that was respected and trusted, that did big things and was known for smart government, that was inclusive in its leadership, that didn't yell at each other and say, shut up and sit down when we disagreed, but we found common ground. A state that was responsible and proudly progressive. And that means we'll fund Planned Parenthood, we'll sign the sensible gun safety laws, we'll accept the reality of climate change and do something about it. And lastly, I want to be the governor of a state, and this is a word I love, that's compelling. So for a young kid trying to figure out where to go to college, or when they get out of college, where to work, or a young couple trying to figure out where to raise their families, or a small business trying to figure out where to put their roots down, or a senior trying to figure out, do I stay or do I go? That once again, people say, you got to look at New Jersey. There's too much going on there. They've got momentum. Something's happening. You'll make a mistake to ignore New Jersey. So I want a stronger economy and state, a fairer economy and state, and a state like we used to be and we can be again. One last comment, Mr. Chairman. We can't ignore he who shall not be named, who's our president. And all the stuff that the Republicans in Washington are sending our way. So please follow us at Murphy4NJ.com, Murphy4NJ.com. But I want to warn you, when you follow us, you're going to see that we walk and chew gum at the same time. So we're focused laser-like on getting this state fixed. You have my word. But when they have a health care bill coming out of Congress, and if it were to become law, the number number one victim state in America would be New Jersey, we will speak out. If they have a tax plan that looks like it was written on the back of a cocktail napkin, victim state number one for entirely different reasons would be New Jersey, we're going to speak out. When you have a complete breakdown of moral authority, as we saw in Charlottesville a couple of weeks ago, we will not be silent. When dreamers are being shown the door, dreamers who are every bit as American as my 4 kids, we will not be silent. So for all the above reasons, you may conclude, as I have, governors will have never mattered more. We need a governor with a steel backbone who's going to stand up to this president and say, not in the great state of New Jersey, Mr. President, will you do that? You will not use our state local police to unlawfully frisk dreamers and innocent residents and threaten to break up and deport families. Not in New Jersey. We need a governor with a steel backbone. So you pick the reason. A stronger economy, a fairer economy, a state that we used to be and we can't be again, or a governor with a steel backbone who's going to stand up to President Trump and say, not in New Jersey. For any and all of the above reasons, I need your help and support to be the next governor of this great state. Thank you all so much.
Let's hear it again for the next governor of the state of New Jersey, Phil Murphy. Let's give it up, guys. We're going to ask the host committee to come forward, but we're going to have my good friend, the mayor of our sister city, Mayor Hector Laura, close us out.
County of Passaic. County of Passaic, what a blessing to be out here with the next governor of the state of New Jersey. But I want to point something out in the entire host committee, including Assemblyman Benjie, Wimberly, Dr. Irvin, and the whole committee. But I want to point something out, if I can be brief here. If we can just pause for a moment and look around. If we can pause for a moment and just look around. And let this point not be lost on us. This is America. It is the diversity, the different cultures, the different backgrounds, men and women who sincerely and genuinely care about this country. We may have different stories of how we got here, but we have similar visions of where we want to go. And when the next governor of the state of New Jersey highlights those extremely important points, that education is not only a priority, but educators must be defended and not attacked. That our families, whether they speak Espanol, whether they speak Arabic, whether they speak any other language or English, that we are one Passaic and we must remain united. But nobody wins a championship without getting small victories. And the governor was right, the next governor of the state of New Jersey, the next governor, Phil Murphy, made it straight. We need to win across the line. Every single member of the Democratic team, we must come out. So I'm asking everyone in Passaic County, and Passaic County knows how to win because Chairman Currie made sure that this is a winning county. So I'm asking all of Team Passaic that came out tonight and every single municipality in Passaic County to come out big, bigger than we've ever come out before, to support the best team that can ever be put in front of the state of New Jersey. God bless you all.
Everybody out front.
We're going to ask at this point in time if everybody can please move back. I'm going to have to get if everybody can please.
If you walk out of here and you're stopped on the streets of Paterson and someone says, quick, what's Murphy stand for? What's his campaign stand for? How's he going to govern if he gets in there? These are the words I'd like you to remember. We stand for a stronger, fairer economy that works for every New Jersey family, period.